Welcome to Montgomery County Master Gardeners Association. We're here to share expert advice, practical tips, and local insights to help your garden grow and thrive.
Right, good morning. So today's project is to replace a standard hose bib with a freeze-proof protected hose bib. As you see, the standard ones we have to wrap up in winter to prevent them from freezing and cracking. We will be replacing the standard one with a freeze-protected hose bib, like this one here, and we'll be installing this today. The way this works is when you lift it up here, there's a rod down the center, opens a valve at the bottom and allows water up and out through the faucet. Close the top, that closes the valve down here, and at the same time opens up a weep hole here, which allows all the water to drain out of this hose into the ground. The bottom of this is going to be positioned about 1 foot underneath the ground, and here in Montgomery County 1 foot is plenty deep enough to prevent any freezing. So the actual working part of the faucet we're moving from here under the ground. A couple of advantages, of course. A, we don't need to worry about covering up each of these faucets, and B, these can be used year round. Even during the cold weather we can leave it connected, because once it's open you can get the water out. Once it's closed, it bleeds itself down into the ground. No water left in here, nothing to worry about freezing. Okay, you see we've got a connection on the bottom here. This is where the freeze-proof hose bib actually ends, and this connection here, we make this so that we can connect into the water pressure pipe underneath the ground here, the live water I call it. And you'll see that better when we dig out into the ground. You'll see how we're going to connect this using our PVC glue into the existent water pipes underground.
With these many pipes, you have to be very careful the way you're digging, because if you snap a pipe, if you crack a pipe, then you're spending another hour doing repair work.
Right, and then the rest of the garden's gonna be super happy when you have to cut the water off.
No, they're not happy.
So we're going to go ahead and tap into the line with a T and cap off the old spigot and install this new frost-proof hose bib.
Okay. David's made quite the mess over there.
Yes, he's making a big mess.
Explain it to them. No, I'm not going to put them.
Okay, yeah, we're going to install this T, and we have to have 7/8 of an inch on each side for gluing purposes. So we're going to leave a gap in the middle where Dana is cutting right now. And he marked it where the gap is going to be and cut on both sides, and then we will make sure that the T can slide into there without any problems. Yeah. I think we're going to have to put a coupling in there, a quick connect. What Dana's going to install is a slip joint, so we can go ahead and, or union, so that we can connect up this pipe, since we don't have enough flexibility in this pipe to slide it into a T. So we're going to install that here somewhere. Then we'll have the T right here, and that will go over to the new yard.
Okay, so we're just making some room.
Right.
To be able to.
If we cut here, what we do is that gives us enough flexibility to install that T, because you have to kind of bend it up to slide it into the T. Okay.
And then we'll go around.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're going to do that first. Okay.
You hold the fitting about 20 seconds to dry?
Yeah, a little bit.
Because it'll try and force its way out.
Yeah. So you have to snug it up a little bit. I got to put this on there first. Hold on. Is that all the way? I think it is.
Oh, I see how that works. Then it screws on and pulls the two together. Well, isn't that neat? Y'all have all kinds of fun toys.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right, hopefully that's enough glued area there that we're good.
Okay, so now we're screwing that in then? Wow, look at that. Here comes the weather.
You're lining it up?
So this should be, I thought that was resting on here.
It's supposed to rest on that. Yep. It's supposed to rest right on top of that. Okay, it's going to be like that, right? Yeah. Okay, good. Good. right angle to you.
Yeah.
All right, so then.
All right, so I'm about to have to go in from the rain, but let me at least get where we are now. So we've got this, we've got the old one out. We've plumbed up here to the new one. And now we're working on securing it, and then it's just a matter of putting some gravel in the bottom and then backfilling with the dirt, right? And that was a really big lightning, so I think I'm out.
Okay, so the heavy rains have stopped, the sun's out, and the videographer's returned, so we can finish the project now. The way we left it last week, the freeze hose bib is now connected, if you follow all this tortuous route, into the main water line. So if I open this up here now, you'll give it a second, stand back there. You'll see we have water coming out there. Woo. Look down here, and remember I told you it's self-bleeding. I've closed it, and it's now bleeding into the ground, draining all the water from the pipe here, so we have no freeze issue up here. Now, we could just backfill this hole with Montgomery gumbo, which would basically fill that up and then prevent it draining and negate the whole purpose of the freeze hose bib. But what we'll be doing is filling it with pea pebble and creating a drainage field, a clean drainage field around that exit point there. So that as we close it, it's got somewhere to drain. Can we put some in there, Dana, please? And for good measure, we'll put another one on this side because we need to be up about this height because that's where the drain port is. And there we've got a nice drainage field now. And now we have water. And then that will be draining down in the ground, draining all the water out of the pipe, leaving it empty so it's freeze protected. And now all we need to do is get the interns to fill all this back in with the soil and the job will be done.
The interns to work, right?
Okay, so we've got the final product here. Everything's connected, and of course we've already got a hose connected to the freeze-proof hose bib. There's one gotcha. In winter, for this to be able to effectively freeze, we have to remove this freeze-proof hose bib. Otherwise, this whole hose is full of water, and it would act as a siphon lock and stop the water from draining down through the pipe, would leave water in the standing pipe, and it could still split and crack with the freeze. So in winter, just simply remove that, then it will drain itself and we've got full freeze protection.
Okay.
So the one that we've just done before, you notice that we mounted the hose bib against an existing structure. In this particular case here, we had to put a piece of 4x4 pressure treated ground contact lumber down. It goes down about 18 inches below there, and then that gives us a nice secure mount for the hose bib.
So this is more like what you'd probably do.
This is most of the cases. Of the dozen we've done so far, I would say 11 of them have been like this, and one where we're just next to a structure.